Hey everybody, week 28 lesson. Glad you found it. I was really happy to connect with all of you in our discussion thread last week. Thought it was really great to hear what you're up to. A lot of Netflix. I feel you on the Netflix. A lot of people getting out and staying active, walking, running, riding your bike. I think that's great. And I heard a lot of creative ways of keeping yourself preoccupied during this COVID pandemic. So thanks for participating. Thanks for sharing what you've been up to. And I know that I gained some new ideas for how to spend my free time too, since I'm cooped up in the house. Hey, this week we are starting meteorology. I know that we already started with one article in quarter 3, but we are going to really dive into the fundamental concepts today of meteorology with the hopes that after this, you'll be able to step outside, look up at the clouds, and say, oh my goodness, looks like a cold front is running through. I better grab my umbrella. So that's the goal. And I'm recording this on Thursday, April 9th. The weather outside is crazy right now, so I think it's a great time to start talking about weather in this class. I'm looking out, it's sunny, as you can see, because my face looks like a ghost on the webcam. Super sunny and bright outside, but I can literally see snowflakes falling down. I can see some nimbostratus clouds on that side, some cumulus clouds over here. I'm getting conflicting weather inferences. So I'm going to teach you all how to interpret those signs as well and predict the weather based on what you're seeing outside. So I want to respect your time. I'm going to make this video as short as possible. You all know I talk a lot. I'm going to try and make this really fast and respect that you probably have 6 other videos to watch for your other online classes. So once again, thank you for your participation, and let me get right to it here. We're in week 28 now. Just want to point out that you've got my contact information here, and Miss Newman is here to help us too. So reach out to us anytime you feel like you need some support or you just want to check in with us. Hey, so can somebody read our welcome message today? Just kidding. Let me know when that joke gets old. Hi, Earth scientists. I was really glad to reconnect with you all last week. Thank you for sharing your experience in our discussion thread. I gained a few new ideas about how to keep my brain occupied during this pandemic and quarantine, and I also realized that I have more in common with some of you than I knew. So together we are better. This week we're going to discuss fundamental concepts of meteorology, meaning you need to understand these things to be able to forecast or predict weather. After you get the basics down this week, we will start looking at forecast maps next week and predict weather around the US and the world. In the future, you'll be able to predict weather on your own. We're going to be using maps like you see on the left side here from the National Weather Service, and we'll be able to identify regions that are at risk of supercell thunderstorms, which turn into tornadoes like you see on the bottom left. So let's get down to business. I'm going to introduce meteorology. I'm going to discuss your assignment and the expectations, and then I want to talk a little bit about the Q4 Earth Science presentations. So meteorology is the study of weather. It's the study really of the atmosphere because that's where weather occurs. Knowing how weather works and the patterns behind it can help you predict weather. This can help you make informed decisions such as, would it be a good day to go outside and play a game? What should I wear out today? Is it going to be warm or cold? Is there a chance I'm going to get rained on? Should I bring an umbrella? Informing these decisions is very useful as a skill, and we all know that that iPhone weather app is inaccurate and misleading. The weather's supposed to be sunny today and I'm looking outside and there's literally snow. Come on, Apple, you're better than that. So ditch the app. Let's develop an understanding so we can look outside, we can look at forecast maps, and we can predict the weather on our own. Any of you all seen Maury? Funny meme right there. Okay, so why would we study meteorology? There's always a purpose behind the things that we do. Weather affects everyone in the entire world on a daily basis. People rely on weather forecasting for planning trips, planning daily life, preparing for their day, and making decisions about closing schools or businesses, for example. This also is really useful in terms of natural disasters. If we know that there's a chance that flooding might occur or a blizzard might occur or a tornado or a hurricane might occur, we can prepare for that in advance. We can alert the public and we can also mitigate that damage in advance. So this is really useful in terms of daily life and mitigating natural disasters. There will always be jobs in meteorology because there's always going to be weather. So I've included a link here. It's got a list of schools that offer degrees in meteorology and atmospheric science. I want to let you all know that UW-Madison is one of the most respected schools in the country for their meteorology program. I think the last time I checked, their graduate school was ranked 7th in the nation overall. So we've got a great resource in town, a really respectable program. Take advantage. What are you going to gain in the next few weeks? Hopefully, after these 2 weeks of studying meteorology, you'll be able to look outside, identify the clouds in the sky, and make inferences about what the weather is going to be. For example, if I see that there's a nimbostratus cloud, I'm preparing for rain. If I see that there's some altocumulus clouds, I'm not too worried about precipitation. This map on the left is called a forecast map. We're going to be able to interpret this map. The L's, the H's, the fronts there, the dotted lines. We'll know what that all means in terms of a daily forecast and a weekly forecast. This hopefully will help us understand the difference between weather and climate. Some people use these terms interchangeably. They are very different. We will also understand how weather will continue to change based on climate change. Weather affects humans, so let's understand the weather patterns and how they affect humans. Your assignment this week is called the Week 28 assignment. You will also have a Week 28 reflection. The assignment, which we'll look at in 1 second, is pretty self-explanatory. During our online learning, I'm going to try and keep our assignments as similar as possible to what we were already doing in class. So when you see this article, it should look like something that we've used for the whole year leading up to this point. You may work on this article with a friend. All you need to do is share the document, just like you would share anything in your Google Drive. Just make sure that if you are sharing it with a partner, that you are still reading through the entire article and just collaborating together. I'd rather that you did that than split up the work, because then you're missing out on valuable information. Also, please make sure that you both submit a copy of the assignment. If my partner's name is John and I'm working with John, John turns in the assignment that we both worked on and I don't submit a copy myself, John's going to get a grade. I'm not, because I didn't submit a copy of the assignment that I helped with. So make sure you both submit a copy of the assignment if you work together. Secondly, this assignment looks long. It's not. It's really not. This is the same type of article that we've done in class. The reason why it looks long is because I put a bunch of pictures in it. Pictures always help me understand things a little better, especially when we're doing online learning. Pictures are valuable. That makes it look long. Also, at the end of the article, I put maybe 4 or 5 pages worth of useful charts and useful diagrams, just meant to help you. It's not required reading. It's just a resource for you to use in the assignment. So don't be intimidated by the length of the article. It's the same length that we would do. Actually, I think that this is shorter than what we would typically do during a week of earth science. So although it looks long, it's just because you're getting a week's worth of work all at once, and it's a lot of pictures and charts. Don't be intimidated. After you do the assignment, please take a second to do our Week 28 reflection. That's going to be like an exit ticket from class. Should take about 5 minutes, and then you're done for the week. Woo! So Week 28 assignment, Week 28 reflection. Every week, you're going to have an assignment and a reflection from now on. Part of that assignment might be a discussion thread, like last week. This week, there's no discussion thread, so don't worry about it. All right, let's talk about your Q4 final project. Woo! Get excited. Okay, so the reason why you should be excited, I'm going to jump down here right away. The reason why you should be getting excited is 1 week during Q4. We got about 10 weeks. One of those weeks, you choose when. You get to skip the assignment for that week. So for example, if this week I was choosing to work on the Q4 final project, I'm not doing the weekly assignment. I'm going to excuse you from 1 week of the weekly assignments so that you can dedicate that week to just working on this project. So still, you're going to have just 2 assignments to work on each week. It's either the weekly assignment, and one of those weeks, you can decide to work on the presentation instead. Let me tell you what the presentation is now. Just like we did for the tsunami articles, just like we did for plate tectonics, I want you to make some sort of presentation, whether it's a digital or paper poster, Google Slides presentation, a written report on Google Docs. Get creative. Whatever you want to do, I don't care how you do it. What I do care about is the information that's contained in it. So you're going to pick one topic from the quarter. On the left, you'll see a list of topics that we're going to talk about during quarter 4. We're on the first one, meteorology, fundamental concept. Pick one of those topics, create a presentation on it. The requirements for the presentation are in the document that I shared with you last week. I've got a link to it down here. We're going to take a look at that in 1 second. I'm also including a link, which is a link to a document that contains example presentations. These are all from our tsunami presentations. You all did some great work on those tsunami presentations. So take a look at that document to get an idea or maybe some inspiration for your presentation. So we're going to look at that too in 1 second. You may work with one other person on this. I want you to reach out by email, by text, or through Google Classroom to ask somebody, hey, do you want to collaborate? What topic are you interested in? It might be tornadoes, flooding, climate change, fracking, renewable energy, meteorology, your choice, but you got to do 2 during the quarter. So reach out to somebody, work with them if you want, do it on your own, totally fine either way. So that's our project. Currently, we are not going to have a final exam. These 2 presentations will count as your final exam grade. Let me say that again, because I think that some of you are really going to like this. There will not be a final exam. Currently, the district is still developing grading policy. Currently, this is my plan. Your final exam grade will be these 2 presentation grades put together. So this is a great opportunity for you to boost your grade in this class. I think that the expectations are reasonable. I am excusing you from 1 week's assignment, week 28, week 29, whatever week you want, so you can work on this presentation with a partner. I'm expecting you'll do 2 during the year because the last week of our classes in June, I'm not going to give you any assignments. That whole week is just going to be dedicated to working on your presentation. So no stress, you're going to have plenty of time to get this done. I just want to put this on your radar so you're thinking about it in advance and it doesn't sneak up on you at the end of the year. So one more time to recap, you are picking a topic. You are presenting through Google Slides, Google Docs, whatever you want, Google Drawings, a paper poster that you take a picture of. You are working with a partner or on your own, and you are getting graded as your semester 2 final exam grade for these 2 presentations. If you've got any questions, please reach out. I'm happy to support you with this. I'm happy to support you in finding a partner. I'm happy to support you in picking a topic. Let me know how I can help you. All right, let's look at these documents that I've got linked here. First one, example presentations. So these are all from the tsunami unit. You all did some great work. Let's take a look at some examples just so you know what I'm expecting and what yours could possibly look like. I'm just going to scroll quickly because you have access to this document on your own. I want to respect your time right now, but that's a Google Drawings digital poster. Look here, there's a written report done on Google Docs. Another written report on Google Docs, answers all the questions that I'm asking, meets all the requirements. Another way to do it is a digital poster like you see here. This was done with Google Drawings. Another one with Google Drawings. The list goes on. There are about 10 examples here. And look, this one is Google Slides. It's got 2 slides over here. This one with all the information. Look through these, get some ideas about what you'd like to do. Another one on Google Slides. And adapt it, make it your own, right? You've got so much freedom and flexibility with this. I'm expecting to see some great work from you all. All right, so what goes into the presentation? I shared this assignment with, or this document rather, with you in week 27 last week. It's called the Q4 expectations. Down here, so we reviewed this already as a class, but if you look down here, we did not talk about this. Q4 earth science presentations, everything that I just said is right here. Hey, look, I've got 2 deadlines right here. Let me just highlight these. Super important. So if you get your presentation to me on May 9th, I'm not going to dock you points. These due dates are like guidelines because I don't want you to be stuck with 2 presentations in the last week of June. That's going to be stressful. Instead, let's plan ahead. Let's get it done in advance. So May 8th is the first deadline. That's about halfway through Q4. Try and get this done in advance. It's going to be a lot easier that way. That same document I just showed you is linked here. And here's what goes into your presentation. 8 things. Pretty straightforward. What topic did you select? Give me a summary. What is that about? Why is it important? How does it affect humans? There's some overlap there. That's okay. They can be one paragraph. That's fine. Just make sure they're both addressed. Examples of a real life location in the world that is affected by or uses this topic. That one should be easy depending on the topic. Technology, what kind of technology is involved and how could you improve that technology? With the tsunami presentations, you all had some great creative ideas thinking outside the box on how to improve the technology. That was excellent. And then any questions that you have related to the topic and of course some pictures. I've got that same list from the slideshow, same list from the slideshow right here of the topics that we're planning to cover during Q4 in order, right? So if you haven't looked at this document, give it a look. Otherwise, that's it from me. I tried to go as quickly as possible. I apologize if it went a little too long for you. Thank you for watching this lesson. Expectation this week is you are completing the week 28 assignment and the week 28 reflection. Any questions, reach out to Ms. Newman or me through email. Happy to schedule a Zoom conference call with you all. Otherwise, you all did a really great job reaching out with questions. I guarantee if one of you has a question, there are at least 5 other people in my earth science class that have the same question. So reach out so I can send out an announcement to everybody and help everybody understand and be successful in this class. All right, thanks everybody for all you do in this class. Stay healthy, stay preoccupied, and stay engaged. Take care, you all. Bye.